I'd like now to address how this area here is achieved on the home page. It's actually fed from a page within the WordPress dashboard. Notice I've got a picture here, some bolded text and some ordinary text. I'm going to show you how I did that step by step. Okay, in order to show you how I did it, I've taken this section of the home page back to how it would be when you first set Genesis and WordPress up with the Crystal theme. The first thing you need to do is to decide which page you want to have featured here. I've decided that I'm going to use a page called Shattering the Sound Barrier that I set up earlier. They're the pages that I've got, and here's the one called Shattering the Sound Barrier. It's a very simple page. If I click on Edit, you'll see that I've just put some dummy text in there and nothing else. If I view the page to show you what it looks like, it's just a very plain text page. At this point, I'd like to draw your attention to the use of the two kinds of editors that you get with WordPress. There's the visual editor, which has lots and lots of buttons to help you, and if you press this button, it's got even more. Or there's the HTML editor, which has very few buttons and relies on you knowing a little bit of HTML. I always advise my clients to use the HTML editor, and would even go as far as to say that this editor, the visual editor, should be disabled, so that you can't use it by mistake. The reason I think it's best to use the HTML editor is that nearly every client I've ever met that uses the visual editor tends to make a bit of a mess of their posts and pages. Things end up all over the place because the visual editor has a tendency to do this with the code that it generates. Many clients are worried about using the HTML editor because they think they've got to learn lots and lots of coding. You haven't, you've only got to learn a little bit, and I'm going to show you that in this video. Getting back to the problem in hand, I'm going to now configure this area of the home page. And as I said, I'm going to use Shattering the Sound Barrier as my feeder page to that section. The way this